Hello everybody and welcome back to Extra Holiday Games. I'm Extra Holiday and I was talking about Pokemon before in the last episode. So I'm going to continue talking about that, specifically Gen 1, which is broken. But it's broken in a fun way when you know what the deal is. Like, probably wouldn't be as fun if you went in blind, but if you know what's going on, then it's actually pretty fun. Like for example, people like to talk about how Psychic had basically no weaknesses in Gen 1, which is true. It wasn't weak to Ghost like it was supposed to be, and you know it was supposed to be because that's how it worked in the anime. And also, it was only... Dark didn't exist. So, in fact, they added Dark specifically to counter Psychic. Which, hey, by the way, if people are going to complain about Fairy only being added to... for balance reasons, hey, they did it in 2nd gen. So it's not even a new thing. But yeah. So Psychic was only weak to Bug in 1st gen. And there was exactly one Bug move that did damage. And that was Leech Life. It was a Bug move. It was the only one that did damage. And the other thing about Psychic types in 1st gen is that they were all super strong. Largely because 1st gen didn't have special attack and special defense. They just had one special stat, which accounted for both. And Psychic types always had high special. And so you ended up with Pokemon with essentially no weaknesses and essentially super high stats, which made them just stupid strong. Which is why, probably the most infamous gym leader of 1st gen is Sabrina, because she's the Psychic type gym leader. But there's exactly one Pokemon in the game that super counters Psychic types, and that is Parasect. Of all the Pokemon, Parasect is possibly the strongest in 1st gen, specifically because it's basically the only counter to Psychic types. And you have to fight Psychic types in the game. So, yeah, a little tip in case you're running Gen 1 again. Use Parasect. Because it learns Leech Life, and it gets Stab on it because it's Bug. And also, it's got a pretty decently high special stat. So, as well as a decently high attack stat. So, you can run it, and it'll be able to take hits from Psychic types, and it'll actually be able to kill Psychic types. So, it's basically your best shot. Also, another thing, I didn't run this, but I've heard people run it. Apparently, if you run Persian, and you just over-level it, because in Gen 1, another thing that was kind of broken that they definitely changed later, was that your crit chance was based on your speed, and your crit damage was based on your level. So, if you overlevel a Persian, and keep using the move Slash, which has a high crit chance, then you're basically critting on every hit, and also you're doing a lot of damage with each crit. So, Persian, also very good in 1st gen. So yeah, there's 1/3 of your team there. Persian and Parasect. I can't think of any other Pokemon other than, well, you might throw like an Alakazam on there too, if you can manage to find someone to trade with. Because, again, Psychic type's OP. Only one counter. I don't even know if there are any trainers that have a Parasect in 1st gen. So, yeah, you can basically basically make the rest of your team psychic types and you should be good. Now, I guess, how many psychic types were there in first gen? Alakazam, that in his line. Then you have Drowsy, Hypno, is that it? Slowpoke, although I don't know if Slowpoke learns any psychic moves. Or Slowbro, Slowking did not exist yet. Rude. I mean, if there's anything you can say, I mean, if there's anything I can say, I guess, because I don't play competitive Pokemon a lot, but if there's anything I can say about, you know, the games gen to gen, is that they tend to do a pretty good job of balancing things as they go along. Because first gen, totally unbalanced. Second gen, slightly more balanced. You know, third was, you know, pretty balanced. Fourth, yeah, well, there was a kind of a lack of fire types, but you know, you could get some, if you transferred from Ruby, Sapphire, or Emerald, you know, you weren't too bad off. Yeah. They're generally, Game Freak, they're generally pretty good at balancing the game, at least on a casual level. Need that ring. Okay, thanks, Tails. But yeah. I like Pokemon, if you couldn't tell. It's fun. Stop making the lift go up. Come on. Just hold on. Pretty sure he only needs like one more hit. Come on. Come on. Stop making it go up. Make it go down once so I can actually hit you. Okay, now. There we go. There's a hit. Got it. Okay. I wonder if it only goes up at that point. Maybe it does. I don't know. Beats me. That's fine. We got it. Sonic's impatient. Tails is bored. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, is this the part where I have to go through all the different things? I think this is. Okay, alright. Okay, alright, bud. Oh, hey, by the way, this is also an original level for this game. Pretty sure. I don't think Titanic Monarch was in any other Sonic game. But again, I haven't played... Oh yeah, okay. This is the part. I haven't played all the Sonic games, so, you know. Okay. Going bottom right first. Let's do this. I almost feel like I've run out of things to talk about other than the game. No, we got it. We got it. Let's see. I don't really want to talk about, like, work or anything. Nothing especially weird happening there, aside from the fact that I work at a pizza restaurant, by the way. It's mostly a sit-down place, but we also do takeout and delivery. And we are currently closed for dine-in, and you probably know why. But we are still open for pickup and delivery. And so that's about as weird as work's been lately. And it's interesting, right? Because, like, we have delivery. You know, we do our own deliveries, you know, we have our own drivers and stuff. But, you know, since we closed dine-ins, we've been getting a lot. And, you know, some increase in this would make sense, but we've been getting a lot of Grubhub and DoorDash orders, because we also work with them and their drivers to, you know, mostly to expand our customer base. And so, yeah, we've been getting a lot of those orders, and in fact, we've been getting way more of those than we have actual orders through our system for our drivers. And it kind of sucks for us, because, well, we don't make as much from Grubhub and DoorDash. You know, they take a commission, and they also charge the customer more than we would. So, hey, by the way, if you're ordering from Grubhub or DoorDash from a place, maybe make sure that they also don't do their own delivery, because it'll help them out if you do. If you order from their delivery service rather than, you know, Grubhub, DoorDash, Postmates, all that stuff. It's interesting. Our store's still doing fine. You know, our owner's pretty cool. So, like, he hasn't had anyone laid off or anything, which is nice. You know, not that I would be especially concerned about losing my job, largely because I mean, at this point, out of everyone who's there, I've been there the second longest. At that store, specifically. So, yeah, I'm not too terribly worried about me getting fired, or let go, I guess. But, you know, I basically consider everyone I work with my friends, so I don't really want them to lose their jobs either. And, you know, so far, it hasn't happened, and I'm grateful for that. It's pretty neat. Okay, I jumped off a little early there, but it's fine. Alright. So yeah, that's how work's been going. In other words, it's been fine. And I know there's a lot of people who aren't working right now and, you know, have lost their jobs, and that sucks, like, for sure. I'm kind of in an okay spot because I'm getting less hours than I normally do, but, you know, also I got my tax return, and that was pretty neat. That was a pretty decent sum. You know, I still live under my parents' roof, so I don't really have to pay rent. You know, they buy me food too, so, you know, I recognize that I'm in a pretty good spot, and, you know, I empathize with people who aren't, because, you know, it wouldn't take much for me to be in that position. So yeah, you're having it rough. Hopefully this is helping. That's one of my biggest goals in making these videos, is that, you know, I guess it doesn't really help when I talk about it directly, but I hope to distract people from, you know, the things that are, you know, bugging them. The things that are really stressing them out, because, you know, I've got those sorts of things too. Even if it's maybe not be exactly the same things as what you got. And, you know, I don't know if I would function if I didn't have, you know, something to take my mind off it every once in a while, you know? So, yeah. That's my motivation. And, yeah. Anyhow. Enough of that. It's just sappy shit. Come on. I think I'm doing okay in this level. I think so. Alright, yeah. Okay, cool. There. Okay. Hold on, I've already been that way. I haven't gone this way, I think? See, I think this is the part where I might lose a bit for not paying attention too much. Because I know you have to do each of them successfully once. But since I'm not paying a whole lot of attention to the game right now, I don't know. I'm not totally sure which ones I've done so far. Oh, okay, there's another one there. Got it. Alright, cool. So... Hopefully, I'm not wasting too much time. Because I remember my first run through of this level, I think I might have actually hit the time limit. I think that might have happened. Like, I'm not totally 100% sure there is a time limit in this game for the levels, but I think I might have actually hit it the first time I played this level. Because I just didn't get that it was like, oh yeah, you have to do each of these areas once, and then you can go through. There's no right... Oh, okay, yeah, and then you don't get any indicator until you're done with all of them, so... I don't know. What's up, bud? Can I hit? I would like to hit. Ah, right, he has a shield. Ow. This is bad. Yep, that's why that's bad. Right, he has shield now. Ow. Forgot about the missiles. I'm probably not going to win on this attempt, which is unfortunate because I only have one life left. Do not. No! Actually, I think you have to go through this, so... Okay. Ow. Yeah, okay. Got him. Well, got one. He ain't dead yet, but I got... I forgot about the missiles again, and I don't have any rings. This is not great. Got him. Use your hands. Thank you. Because I'm pretty sure there are more rings in these arenas that he sends you to. Or not. Uh-oh. Yep, that's death. And that's game over. Oh, that's unfortunate. But, you know, maybe we'll be more fortunate next time. Because, as for this episode, that's a wrap. See, I ran out of stuff to talk about, and then I lost.